March 3rd, 1871. The mountain never sleeps, and neither do I. When the last hammer blow fades and the lanterns flicker low, I write. I write to remember the names of those they'd rather forget. Cian, who made us laugh. Bo, who sang old songs louder than the drills. Wen, who shared half his rice even when we had none. We dig with our backs bent and our words buried deep. The white men up top don't hear our stories. They only count time and dynamite. But the mountain hears. And soon I fear it will answer. March 5th. We never heard the warning charge. Just the earth groan, deep, low, like thunder choking on its own echo. Then came the collapse. Stone, dust, screams. I saw Bo's hand reach through the smoke. Then, nothing. I crawled blind through gravel and blood, my lungs full of granite. We lost 13. We screamed for help. None came. When we stumbled into daylight, coughing and broken, the foreman told us to shut up. Said there was no collapse. No record. Said we imagined it in the dark. But I know what I saw. I know who we lost. March 6th. I stood in front of the foreman's tent today, heart pounding louder than the drills. I demanded names be written, graves be marked. He laughed. Call me boy. Said if I didn't like the work, I could go back to Canton in a pine box. The guards watched, smirking. I turned and walked. Not out of fear, out of fire. I know now they won't give justice. So I will take it. I sharpen my pick at night. I study where they keep the powder. I whisper names of the dead like prayers. Something is coming. Not a cave-in. A reckoning. March 8th. The shed behind Section 5 holds more than shovels. I've watched the guards swap shifts. 15 minutes of blind spots every night. Tonight, I slipped in. The dynamite smells like sulfur and sweat. I wrap the fuses tight, just like old Joe taught me. He used to blow fish out of the river before the famine. Now I carry fire for a different kind of hunt. I do not want revenge. I want memory. They buried my brothers like animals. I will raise their names in thunder and smoke. Let the mountains echo what the foreman silenced. March 9th, 30. The foreman rides the same trail each morning, down to the payroll tent, smug and alone. I planted a charge beneath the bluff, where the gravel always slides. I wait behind boulders, holding the wire like it's the weight of every ghost I've buried. When the wheels clatter close, I hesitate. His face, his laugh, the way he spat when we begged for help. The earth groans. Rocks shatter. The cart flips. No one comes to help him, just like he did for us. I walk away before the dust settles. One name answered. 12 more to go. March 10th. Word spreads like flame. Some call me a ghost. Others call me mad. But tonight, I found eyes that still burn like mine. We meet in the dark, beside the wall where Bo carved his name. I tell them what I've done, not to boast, but to remember. They nod. One man passes me a blade. Another shares dried fish. For the first time since the collapse, we are not silent. We speak the names of the dead. We plan. The mountain tried to bury us, but it doesn't know we were born of stone, and we are not done shaking the earth. March 12th. They called it sabotage, called it madness, but they never said collapse, never said death. The blast hit just before midnight, a detonation at the west tunnel mouth where the corrupt foreman's ledger was hidden. No one was hurt. just cages burned and secrets exposed. I watched from the ridge as men ran with lanterns, shadows stretched long across canvas tents. They don't know it was me, but they're scared now. Whispers ripple through the white shirts like wind through dead grass. The survivors have started leaving coins at the tunnel entrance. Not out of fear, out of respect, for the ones still buried. March 14th. They sent an official. Pinkerton by the look. Smooth coat, dead eyes. He cornered me by the rail car, pistol drawn, voice like broken glass. Said accidents happen. Said loyalty was rewarded. I showed him my hands, scarred, calloused, tired, and told him I've earned every scar digging through their lies. The others stood silent, but they were there, watching, waiting. I saw it in their eyes, the shift. We are not cattle. We are not ghosts. We're the ones who built the line through blood and thunder. And if they want to stop me, they'll have to bury me beside my brothers. March 15th. They found the tunnel journal, the one I kept hidden behind the shaft wall. Names, dates, the truth. I had to run. I lit a lantern and took to the pass, feet slipping on gravel, breath burning in my throat. Behind me, hooves, curses, gunshots cracking through the cold. They don't care about truth, only control. I ducked into a side crevice, lantern smothered in my coat. I sat in the dark for hours, heartbeat echoing like dynamite in a narrow shaft. They rode past. I stayed, because this isn't just escape, it's war. And I will finish what they tried to bury. March 17th. I returned to the same tunnel that buried Bo and Sian, where the mountains swallowed their songs. This time, I brought fire. I rigged the upper shafts, each beam wrapped in vengeance. I stood beneath the names we'd carved, holding the fuse like a final prayer. Footsteps echoed down the shaft. Not boots of the buried, but the polished stomp of men who thought silence was law. I lit the fuse. Let them see me. Let them understand. I didn't run. I spoke their crimes in thunder. The mountain shook again, but this time by my hand. For the dead. For the forgotten. The tunnel roared like a dying god. Flame tore through the shaft, followed by a breath of dust and memory. I ran through smoke and ash, lungs screaming, heart steady. Behind me, guards stumbled like ghosts, their power shattered in an instant. No more secrets buried. No more dead unnamed. The ledger's lies, the foreman's smug silence, the Pinkerton threats, all reduced to cinders. I didn't look back. I didn't need to. The mountain spoke for me now. And the world at last was listening. March 19th. I built it with my own hands. A shrine of stone, ash, and remembrance. No crosses, no coins, just names etched into granite and the journal that carried them. I placed it beneath the tallest cedar, away from tracks where no boss will ever pave it over. I lit a single candle, spoke each name aloud. I will not write again after this. Not because I'm done, but because the work is no longer hidden. If they find me, let them. If they kill me, so be it. I gave the dead back their voices. And I am not afraid of silence anymore. March 21st. The tunnel mouth is sealed now, blackened and broken, no longer a place of labor, but memory. I watched from the trees as the workers came at dawn. One by one they left offerings. A bowl of rice, a strip of red cloth, a single stick of incense. No foremen. No guards. Just quiet men honoring the brothers they'd lost, and the truth they now carried. The ones who once feared speaking now bowed their heads without shame. I may walk in shadow. I may be hunted. But they remember. And that is a victory louder than any blast. March 25th. New men arrived today, inspectors with clean boots and hard eyes. They demanded records. Demanded answers. The old bosses are gone. Some vanished. Others, no one speaks their names. The workers stand taller now. Not because justice came easy, but because we earned it beneath stone and blood. I heard one foreman was arrested after ledger fragments were found near the blast site. One voice, one journal, one explosion. And now the paper trail burns through the empire like fuse line. The railroad marches forward, but this time our names are carved into its spine. March 27th. From this ridge, the train looks small, but its shadow stretches long. I see it with my back to the granite, the last of the sun brushing my cheek. I haven't spoken in days, haven't needed to. The wind knows my name now. The tracks wind through blood-soaked stone, but they do not own us. Not anymore. I watch the cars rattle by, each one carrying the echo of men they tried to erase. Let them roll. Let the nation ride. But remember, it was built on backs that did not bow, and on one man who refused to stay buried with the rest. March 30th. I returned to the place of the first collapse, where Xian sang and Wen told stories louder than the drills. I found the old granite wall, now cracked but standing. I carved their names into it, slow, careful, deep. Around me, I set lanterns from the old camps, rusted picks, forgotten shovels. The wind howled through the tunnel mouth like it remembered. I pressed my forehead to the stone, whispering thanks for their strength, for their laughter, for the fire they lit in me. I am one man. But here in silence we are many, and we will not be forgotten. April 2nd. They printed posters, called me a saboteur, a fugitive, promised silver for my capture. But the men who post them never look me in the eye. They mutter. They glance away. The workers see the posters, but they don't speak. Don't point. Some even smile. I walk among them with a hat low and hands blistered like theirs. The law can chase me. The company can fear me. But the truth walks taller than wanted signs. Let them hang paper. I hang memory. And memory, real memory, can't be silenced with coin or rope. April 5th. I walk the high trail now, above the noise, beyond the reach of rail and rifle. The air is thin, the stone jagged, but every step is mine. I carry only memory, only names. Let them write their stories in ledgers. I'll write mine in echo, in granite, in whispered legacy passed from mouth to mouth beneath lantern glow. Somewhere, a new crew breaks ground. Somewhere, another man is asked to bury the truth. But maybe, just maybe, he's heard of me. Maybe he'll choose to speak. And maybe, just maybe, the mountain will listen again.